All right, we need a ride to the next kingdom. I got you whatever you need, Sinju said, looking up at a massive elephant decked out in gray and white medieval armor that perfectly matched his own dragon-scale cloak. The elephant, Juggernaut, let out a low rumble. In that case, my lord, he said, his voice deep and ancient, I wish that you would free more than Dory's lips. Allow her to move freely within your realm. Yeah, I can do that, Sinju agreed, a thoughtful look on his face. But I can't promise I can let her out of here completely. That is fine, Juggernaut replied, bowing his enormous head. With a snap of his fingers, Sinju warped them, Lin, Amira, and himself. The world around them dissolved, turning a stark monochrome gray. Time itself seemed to stretch and slow down as they entered a new pocket dimension. Once they stabilized, Sinju strolled over to a group of people who were frozen like statues. You can all move now, he announced. Instantly, the frozen figures came to life, stretching and moving around, relief washing over their faces. What the hell is this? Lin demanded, his voice laced with a thick layer of jealousy. He gestured around at the vast space, which was filled with piles of treasure, rare weapons, and arcane artifacts. It's all the stuff I've stashed from side quests and missions, Sinju said, a huge, proud grin spreading across his face as he looked at Lin. Hey, if you did a few side quests yourself, you could have all this too. Pass. No thanks, Lin snapped, turning his back and crossing his arms in a huff. Ignoring him, Sinju walked up to a woman with bright yellow hair wearing a white and blue cloak. She looked like a healer. You can move, he said softly. She blinked, then moved her arms, a genuine, grateful smile on her face. Thank you, she said, her voice warm. You're welcome, Sinju replied. But you know you're probably never getting out of here, right? She just shook her head, her smile not wavering. I actually like it here, Juggernaut and I. We read books and talk. And now that I can move freely, we can do so much more. Yeah, you know he's an elephant, right? Lin added sarcastically from the side. Before the healer could reply, Sinju snapped his fingers again and the gray world collapsed. They were back in the real world, standing beside Juggernaut. All right, Juggernaut, Sinju said, effortlessly hopping onto the elephant's broad back. Let's go to the Kingdom of Gold. Lin followed, scrambling up behind him. He then turned and offered his hand down to the little witch girl, Amira. But Amira didn't even notice. She just looked at her book, a faint magical glow illuminating her face as she floated up onto Juggernaut's back all by herself, her eyes never leaving the page.